you wouldn't mind.
We're off to the races again. Team red, team yellow. It's a blur for the moment, wherever we are. We've got Gillis against Atomic Unicorn, and it's Atomic Unicorn that comes out number 11 through the jam. We've got a star pass in the meantime, so that been picked up by number 537 L'Enroule of Namur. And as I tell you that, the jam is off, and that's all she wrote.
And it is still a 2-0 jam, so it looks like every jam we're getting a point or two on the board. Nice quick jams, making sure they're being surgical about it. I really like that.
Yeah, somehow I know you would.
Yeah,
you play like that as well. You know how the play is. We're both former. We're just like those old sports announcer dudes that are former players that know how the game works. That's exactly.
Play.
I know, and I'm very happy you've come back from your injury.
My injury.
Yes,
yeah.
that was a big deal. Yeah,
the broken ankle sucks.
What a story. Yeah, been there, done that. Sucks. Definitely sucks. Yeah. Pepe and Chainsaw.
Chainsaw is fighting their way through the back of the pack, but Pepe has since made it out as lead jammer. Here we've got Chainsaw has done a fake star pass and gotten out through the front on the heels of Pepe coming in. Got 1 point. Looks like a couple more, and the jam is called. We're going to look and see how many points that was. It looks like the jam ref is asking the outside pack how many points they got. It's 2.
Yeah, wonderful news there from Wonder Zebra, all the way from Vienna. Zurich, forgive me. And we've got Daniel Rerio from Utrecht in the Netherlands, where I'm from too. So yeah, we look at the jammers' hands too as well. They're faster than the points, but I guess AI can't do everything. Still, humans still need to be in the loop, even in roller derby.
Oh, could you imagine that? Tamer for the Auver'Niaks is back on the track with Ninon in the back. So we have a bit of a split between those two packs. Tamer fighting their way out the front. Lead jammer for Auver'Niaks. It looks like we've got the cover being taken off by Ninon. I almost said the wrong thing, but that's okay. I'll get used to it. And Tamer is already coming in for their scoring pass. So we'll see how this goes. Yep, it looks like Tamer is indeed scoring, while one of the Auver'Niaks black blockers is going to the box for doing something naughty. And Tamer will call it as Ninon was racing in to score their own points. Looks like we also have someone else going to the box, but 4 points scored by the Auver'Niaks.
Yes, Crash Q75 going to the box just at the last second. And I also noticed too that we had a. I'm telling you this because we're not necessarily, but the Star Stash, which is this weird, went for.
Call them like fake Star
Stash.
Yeah, but
because we used to be able to hide it in your jersey.
You're not allowed to hide it.
No, that's
anymore.
why I go like this. That means I grabbed it in their hand. Yeah. It looks very odd, but it.
Ooh, here goes Gillis, lead jammer.
Doing a great job today. That's the number 27 is going to be one to watch for this weekend.
Actually, yeah, Gillis has gotten 2 leads out of has gotten all the leads out of all of their jams. So they're jamming.
I was going to say
4.
all of them, all the good ones.
Well, they're jamming 1 on 4. And when you're jamming on 1 on 4 and you get 2 leads out of 8 jams, that means that you have 100% lead for yourself.
100% lead, the only best kinds of lead. But then we've got a star pass going on with 505Z of the Auver'Niaks. It was a bit tough there.
Oh, yes,
they got through.
I know. I like a completed star pass.
I know. Un passage de l'étoile.
And it is going to be called now by Gillis to avoid the Auver'Niaks from getting any points.
Yep.
And Gillis has scored at least 4.
Yeah, 19.
No, 8, because that's 2
yep.
scoring passes on that particular jam. So a really good job by Gillis of being able to make it around the track several times before that star pass was successful.
Yeah, good one. Thanks for reminding me of all the numbers. Other numbers, we have less than 19 minutes, but going by pretty fast this morning. I don't know what to say about that. We're back on the line with Pepe and Chainsaw for Auver'Niaks, Pepe for Namur A. And first there's a scramble in the beginning. It's going to take a while for, well, Chainsaw is in the front, but that doesn't really mean anything. Getting great help there from their pivot, number 1312, Pew. Like Pew Pew, which is cool.
Pew Pew.
Pew Pew, I love it. Pat going long. Oh, and then a bit of a takeout there of a bat smash.
Bat smash, yeah.
Yeah, I recognize
while
Bat
they're turned
Smash. I
around,
can't.
yes.
I recognize without the jersey, so to speak. So that's
Yes,
all
but
good.
Bat Smash is a really skilled blocker.
Absolutely.
Two-time
Big
Team
fan.
Belgium
Yes.
skater.
Big fan. Big fan.
Very, very skilled.
I've announced them for a long time. Auver'Niaks has the lead in the
Not
meantime.
only that, they are also the pivots, and they just got the star and have now been sent to the box. So now we have
Time
a
to
jammer
the
in the
box.
box. 2-minute jam.
2-minute jam. Ah, good old days. Yeah, yeah. But not 2-minute penalties. Those were not good old days. Those are a bit rougher.
Yeah, no.
There's good news for Chainsaw. So let's have a look. Team Yellow now has the advantage, and that's what counts for anyone watching us that are not me and you at the moment.
Just in case.
Just in case. We love 42. All teams have a 42, right? 42 is one of those classic numbers.
I really have never
It's one of those, no? 40. I'm telling you, my team had a 42 in Amsterdam at the time. I don't know, maybe your team as well.
Were able to get 3 points on that particular jam. They got lead. They're slowly coming back up. Before,
Yeah,
you know, we
that's
had
good news. That's good news,
after
actually.
what, 2-3 jams, we
Yeah.
had a pretty big
difference.
division,
Yeah.
and now everything's coming up. And again, just a couple points at a time, but that's how you get that differential to
And
lower.
we've already had quite a few of Power Jam. So depending on how that's going to go in the second.
So we got Namur coming out the front as lead jammer once again.
Oh yeah, that's a given very often. But that's go. But Auver'Niaks is going to mix it up a little bit. Namur, of course, as you mentioned, Team France for quite a while, and we just love mentioning their name too, of course. As well.
Of course.
We can't hide that.
It's
Well,
not Namur, it's
Do you know
Namur.
there's a team Your Mom in the United States, a men's team.
Yes,
that's
there's
hilarious.
Your Mom,
Your Mom, that's beautiful.
It's really funny to
It's
say your mom
hilarious.
just got lead, your mom is in the box.
I know.
It's wonderful.
Speaking of going to the box, you've jinxed it. That's the announcer thing, I think.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you jinxed it. No, you didn't.
Actually,
I jinxed you.
Pulp did get the star pass, but did not go to the
did not
box.
go to the box.
Was just at the end of the jam. The Auver'Niaks, so therefore Namur was able to get lead again and score another 4 points. Now, if we look at that, that means that we've got on both sides one jammer in particular that is super successful. On the Auver'Niaks, that would be Namur, and for Namur, that would be Gillis.
Okay, so
Gillis,
those are
who
the ones to
happens
watch.
to be the jammer on the track right now.
There you go. Yeah, that's a really nice segue.
Nice segue, yeah.
I love it. Yeah,
I
and I
love
like that.
it.
You know,
It
it's a
was good.
segue. Oh, I love working with all announcers should be roller derby announcers. Seriously. Oh, look at this. Now
And
we did do
Gillis-
the curse. Gillis got the
no.
box. Yeah. Oh no, it was right.
I
yeah.
shouldn't have said they
Power
were the
Jam.
most successful one.
Power Jam Auver'Niaks. Listen,
So they were
Auver'Niaks
also
can use
lead.
it. Yeah, they were. They've lost it now.
Yeah, so that makes this a 2-minute
2-minute jam. Yeah, it does.
Love me a 2-minute
I'm going to have a
jam.
good look at the Auver'Niaks. I like looking at I'd say the underdog for the moment. Then again, 10-point difference can be changed quite quickly. But Auver'Niaks trying to find a way through there, and that's kind of tough. So we've got Pew there out of the pack with a star pass, un autre passage de l'étoile. While we'd kill some time, the team. Nah, okay, fingers, surfs up. Let's move some red blockers out of the way.
Yeah,
Pew
we've
trying
got-
to get through. Pew doing a great job with that star pass.
Yeah, Gillis is now back in from the box and is pushing their way to the front, has been able to make it out. So we'll see if they're going to decide to try and race, because it's a 2-minute jam, as we said before, so they have to just try and get as many points as they can. That means that it's going to be a lot of defense on both sides or a lot of offense on both sides. It kind of depends on how they want to do it. What I'm looking at right now is a lot of defense on both sides. not
I
a lot
love
of
defense.
offense.
I'm a blocker in my heart.
Well, back in the day, it was all defense all the time. We
Yeah,
didn't
thank
even know
you.
what
That's why
offense
my
was.
butt was very useful back in the day. I loved it.
It looks like Gillis is making up for their 30 minutes in the penalty box by getting
30 minutes?
30 seconds.
I'm
Oh,
s-
gosh.
I'm
30 minutes in the. Oh no!
You got
30
time to have
seconds in the
lunch.
penalty
You can
box.
have lunch and everything.
I need
I'm being
another
silly.
cup of coffee.
You do.
But
And
they
it doesn't
are
really
scoring.
matter.
They're able to get some
Scoring is good.
scoring passes around here. They've gotten 2. That makes up
Still
for
10
all
point
of the
difference,
defense
4
that
more.
their team has to do. So yeah, it looks like
still difference.
we have
Yeah.
a difference of 4 points.
10.
It could have been worse.
10 points still, again. Sorry.
I'm just talking about in the jam.
Forgive me. Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
it looks like the jam
during
is
the
8-8.
30 minutes sitting.
During that
I could have
30-minute
said
jam?
that. I could have said that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
But
it.
if you've got,
And no one's
if you were
listening, it's
sitting
fine.
in the box for 30 seconds and you've got a tie jam if you were the one who was in the box, you feel really good about yourself.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been there.
As the team who has had to do that, that means you killed the penalty effectively, and that your jammer
killing
was able to
penalties is an art form all in itself. We train on that too. It's really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, you too as well. I played in the minor system, so I learned it differently. I have very big opinions about way back in the day. But let's get back to what's going on now.
We've got
poodling. Oh, we didn't call it that. We called it cougaring.
We've got Pepe.
You're gonna get
and
cancelled.
Chainsaw coming
Get cancelled.
in. I don't think poodling is
no, it was offensive.
A cancelable offense.
It was offensive.
It was at the time?
Yeah, because it meant it wasn't women not being serious, and cougaring was even worse.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
No,
okay.
I'm all up on poodling though. I'm agreeing with you again.
It used to be funny.
Yeah, I know.
It used to be funny.
It used to be funny. Yeah, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. I get that. That was a good call off there.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Pepe did get lead and
Pepe,
was able to score a few points and call it off before Auver'Niaks scored any points. So that means that they're able to up their particular
team timeout. Yeah, team timeout. In the meantime, sorry, I didn't mean to.
It's okay.
Team timeout. I'm only saying that because we're not live yet.
Oh my gosh.
Let's hope
21.
not. Pussy Pounder Foss doing it to it as far as that's concerned. And we are going to take a break on the red side of things. So how about I tell you a small story? So the 4 teams that we have playing today will be, 2 of them you're seeing right now is Namur Roller Derby A, or Namur, against the Auver'Niaks, who come from Clermont-Ferrand in France. And later today we'll see Vienna Roller Derby here for the second time. That's interesting. And also here for the second time, Roller Derby Madrid. And not Madrid Roller Derby is important. So that's 2. Later on, too, we have what we call the four extra teams, which we'll see on day 1. We'll have Namur Roller Derby. We'll be getting into it as well. We also have Metz's B team. I don't like saying that, but Metz from France. The Namur Glorious Bastards, and also Ghost Valley from Thonon-les-Bains in France, which is not too far from the border. So quite an international tournament.
From the border with what?
Oh, for Belgium.
Belgium.
Actually, Switzerland as well. No, you're right. It's
Okay.
actually Switzerland.
I
Thank you for
so.
See, my turn. See, you made 1, I made 1. That's good.
Okay,
no, you
we're
are
good to
absolutely
go.
right. They do train
The
with people
coffee's
from
kicking
Switzerland.
in.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah. Fair enough. Actually, when I hear the word Auver'Niak, I just think of Georges Brassens. That's how my brain. Yeah. Okay, it's not just me. L'Auvergnat. Okay, it's not just me. Right. Okay.
Ooh, look, we have our 2 best jammers in again, and it looks like there's been a change in the way lineup was done to put Gillis and Stamer on the track at the same time.
They're figuring it out. They're figuring each other out. Yeah, that's how it's going. But that's l'enroulé we have right now. L'enroule for the jam.
That is l'enroule.
Yeah.
And l'enroule.
See, we're not filming.
Yeah, it's good. No, but it was Gillis who passed the star to l'enroule.
Yeah, fair enough. So we're going to see star passes on that side.
So it was still Gillis on, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, start off at Gillis. Yeah, good call.
Is actually
good call.
really good at star passes. It's
they practice
a
lot of it. That's a lot of teams. There's teams that just seem to shine more in star passes. I would imagine that that tradition has continued on.
And Ninon getting out at the outside for Namur like butter. And
butter in a pan.
Yeah, and we now have a star pass, another very nice star pass from Auver'Niaks.
Z505.
To number 505. Ninon has been hit out and is trying to call the jam. It looks like they were looking at the OPR. The OPR may not have recognized that it was a call-off because it did look like
they're checking
a hard fall.
They're
so
checking,
they wanted to make sure that it wasn't an injury as well. Either
Merci
way,
beaucoup.
We would definitely call it off.
Yeah, that's good. Merci beaucoup. Despite the name is Danish, but it does say a few words of French. Yeah.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah?
Fun thing though is that they also taught their daughter how to ref. It was really cool. We saw that with the juniors at one point. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm full of stories. I was a lineup tracker for a game out of nowhere.
Number
so
15, and
sure.
Who is?
Are you
yeah,
sure?
I am. Who is? I am. As a matter of fact, I am.
I know you are. That's why I love having you here. So we got Namur in the lead, pretty much quite a bit. They're coming into the pack. What's going on now? We've got a lot of blockers. Number 24 is trying to get into the business. There's Aline. I like to talk about the other
Aline
players.
Is
24.
Number
somewhere.
24, who
just
has
trying
just
to
done a
make some
beautiful
interference.
star pass, a really quick one.
Yeah,
and
nice,
that pivots number 1312
That's Pew
Pew
again, yeah.
is racing out to the front. Now, I have to say, I think with the pronunciation with the OU, it's going to be Pew.
Pew.
And not Pew like the gun, but Pew,
Pew.
which I don't know.
I think
what
it's
that
both. It's both. We're both saying it right.
But
So.
unfortunately,
That's all
we
good.
talked about Pew too much, and they caught the attention. That caught the attention of the refs, and they're now in the box as a jammer.
Yeah, that's
It's really
yeah,
too bad. So
they've got to put it
sorry.
on too. Yeah, yeah, it happens. But no, it's not good. So should I take this one off? Do you want that one? Yeah, they've got to give back
Yeah.
the pivot cover. You should have 2 pivot covers, but apparently not. Confusion. We'll sort it out. That's what's important. Namur very much in front though at the moment. If we have a look at the board, 45-29.
45-29, but that difference isn't very big.
It's not very big, no. But that means that the Auver'Niaks has some serious work to do in the second half because they need to close that gap.
All right, so now we have Gillis again and Tamer on the, oh, no, I'm sorry. Gillis in a power jam situation as we have Piu, the former pivot turn jammer, in the box. Lead has been earned by Gillis, and Gillis is pushing through the front of a full defense Auver'Niak wall. They have been able to push those 2 blockers, last blockers, out of play and make it out for another scoring pass. So we'll see if they'll be able to get more scoring passes before that jammer actually stands, because this is going really quick. If you can get a couple scoring passes before the jammer is standing in the box, that you know that you're doing a pretty good job. It's not a lot of time. 30 seconds is quite short.
Namur
so
is circling around. Yeah, and Namur is circling around the blockers, especially the person in the front, holding everyone together, and that seems to be paying off. And I believe that's where Auver'Niak is getting caught out at the moment. They're going to have to find a way to counter that because they're being circled the whole time.
And
been there, done that.
Depuis le banc. While the jammer was standing with just a few seconds left, the bench crew indicated that they would like Gillis to call that jam as soon as they got a couple points, which is exactly what they did. And normally that jammer should have still been in the box, but apparently
they're letting them go.
No. They are standing because they're standing.
They got like a second
left. So they're
left.
putting themselves right there.
Yeah, because they can. You can do that. You
in
can
the
stand
corner,
with 10. Yeah,
getting
sure.
themselves as close as possible
To get in. There we go. 1 second left. They're ready to go. Yeah, that was very
exactly.
close. So we do have 2 jammers on the track now. We've got the red jammer in front. That's Ninon against Piu, who's in the back right now. And we'll see how that pans out in the half an hour or so. Kidding,
board number
30 minutes.
505 has now been lined up as jammer for 3 jams for a pivot. Sometimes that can be a bit hard, but they lined Tamer up as a pivot, and now Tamer has gotten the star in a star pass situation, is rocketed out to the front. Ninon is looking at their bench to see if they should call it, and that's exactly what they do. Yes,
yeah,
and
the points are
also
already up there, yeah.
Magic M, our OPR, has taken a bit of a spill, and they think that we didn't see, but we did see. Yeah, thank you. There's an official review, so we're going to go check that out for you and bring the information in real time. Only 7 minutes left in this first half. We're at jam number 18 after this. This was jam number 17. I'm really proud of myself because I've been noting the jams and the jammers and the number of points, and I'm not great at it, but I did get the correct number of jams, which is amazing. I just wanted to applaud myself, pat myself on the back for that one. So nasty moves at ends are in-house announcer Arnaud are both in the middle of the track listening to the official review, finding out what's going on, because we'd like to bring that information to you. We won't bring you all of the information. We'll bring some of the information to you, as you know. Now, we have sponsors here at a skate around number 5, and it really, no tournament is possible without sponsors. We have Wallonie Infrastructure, who gave a subsidy, la région and la région Wallonne, la ville de Namur, who is a partner in the renting of the actual hall, which is a beautiful hall with very large.
I love this hall. It's wonderful.
Yeah, with a nice space for participants to watch. So what was the official review about?
We're asking, Team Red is asking for a star pass violation on Team Yellow, something having to do with a foot being outside the track. So we're going to have that discussion. We're going to see how that pays off. So
I wonder what will happen. We,
of course, we don't know.
Have no idea.
No idea. And of course, the first thing is we find out like who saw what.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's it. Interesting fact, because we're still not. Usually we all do this in English, but magically always in Wallonia and in France they did this in French. So
yeah, they did I mean,
but
because there are
everyone's okay.
two teams that are both French-speaking teams,
Yeah,
and I'm sure
fair
that
enough.
it's easier for
Exactly.
the captains to ask for their official reviews in French. And if the crew head ref is able to speak French, then they can talk with everybody about.
No, we're good. We have
English,
we have I forget because they changed the derby name. We have from France there.
Nate.
Yeah, Nate. Thank you. Yeah, Nate. Yeah, sure,
he speaks fluent French, of course.
So we're going to see how that works.
And he's a translator as well, Nate.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
He does subtitle translations, I believe.
Oh yeah, true. I knew that was someone else. I'm telling you, translate.
And that is hard because you
it's
have
hard
a lot of limitations.
It's hard, and depending who you do it for, it pays really poor. Just while we're at it, I was explaining to someone. I know nothing about manga or anime, nothing. But I do know that Crunchyroll has a really bad reputation about paying people. And I sent someone a video, and they answered with JFC, which stands for Jesus F. Christ, because they had no idea how bad it was.
Well, I worked for Crunchyroll.
Really crazy. Yo, seriously?
Yeah, I worked for Crunchyroll.
Wow.
I did their award ceremony, but I did it through an agency. So
wow,
I got
it's
paid
different.
normal.
I get that. Yeah, I know.
I got paid normal.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no. Yeah, I get that.
The award ceremony was like, I can't imagine if they were paying like bargain basement prices when you see like.
I'll send you that video if you want to
see
it. It's insane.
Crunchyroll.
Do you know what the long and the short was that it's a fan sub thing? People were translating stuff back in the day when there were no translators.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, but one of the main
about the actual anime.
Anime translation.
Yeah,
okay.
No, I just interpreted for their award
fine,
ceremony.
But they're owned by Sony now, and it's all kind of more above board. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, because there's more surveillance.
No,
there's more oversight.
But here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you about how badly it's paying. You know all of that. The main guy who's doing the fan subbing, who became an agency is also put out a book on how to pick up women that basically told you how to rape them. So that was really crazy.
At the bench crew, the bench alternates for Namur went back to their bench in a kind of a dancey way. So I'm going to assume that they lost their official review.
Well, 90% chance they're going to lose it.
So
I'm
happy
sorry.
about it. That's very interesting.
Okay.
Anyways, there are two jammers lined up. And because there are two jammers lined up, we're going to talk to you about them. So we have Bad Smash. And I am really surprised to see Bad Smash jamming, because that is something that they normally don't want to do. However, I do
because I kept saying
at the bench,
they do jam, so
but I
she does
still
jam.
see over here at the bench to our left that maybe one of the jammers is a bit tired, and Bat Smash has gotten out as lead jammer.
Yeah, Atomic Unicorn's trying to get in there, but it's having a tough time, and we get to see it right from our seat there. Number 11 on your screen if you're watching, and getting with a stash. One blocker down. Oh, getting the business there from their Team Red. That's some serious business too. And look at that. We've gone so far around the track, and it's still not paying off for Auver'Niaks. That is,
but we do have
tough.
But we do have another first scoring pass for Bat Smash, and a star pass to Damer, number 36154 for Auver'Niaks. Damer being one of those very successful and experienced jammers who's able to run out the front. Unfortunately, their star has fallen. Nope. Unfortunately, they are not the jammer. I am so sorry.
Yeah, so I saw you going there, but I saw you.
I believe they are the jammer. So the jammer actually picked up.
Yeah, and then put it on
cover.
Yeah, and then put it on. They're gonna have
that discussion. And then put it on the ground because and they're gonna have a discussion
because you have
to
be able to pick it up.
Because the thing is that also if Tamer was actually going around and didn't have the cover on, that's fine as long as the star pass had been completed. And so of course we're going to have an official review about that, and I believe that is the right thing to do. Hang
on a second.
Here's the thing that's interesting. That means if
they won,
that means they won another official review.
That means they won their
previous
review. I'm going to go check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and you had the same thought.
So for those of you that may or may not be listening, and we'll count on this being able to either be streamed live or recorded at some point, we have another official review for Namur, which means that the last official review by Namur was one. But it was about an illegal star pass, and there was nobody put in the box.
They did win their review. We're pretentious. They did win their review.
But we didn't understand why the jammer was not put in the box then at that point. But maybe it was their pivot that had to be put in the box, and we didn't understand.
However, there's apparently, and we can't see it that well, a plus somewhere on the one of the little round circles there, and that would have indicated. Then again, Pussy Panzerfaust, who's here as our jam timer, said she had a moment of as well. Hey, it doesn't matter. We learned, so that's good.
All right, but so this particular
we're going for two.
Does this have to do with whether or not that star pass was a legal star pass?
It probably does, but I have to admit I was more interested in the other. And I shouldn't have done that.
Whether or not they had won their star pass beforehand. Let's listen to the in-house.
Yeah, I think it's we're talking about a star pass again.
They're talking about another possible illegal star pass. And also, if the star pass was illegal or incomplete, then that means that we also had somebody who was skating all the way around the track outside of the engagement zone.
Which is weird, I know.
Which is not only weird, but I think that there is some sort of penalty in terms of not re-entering the engagement zone. And then if you go all the way back to the other side. But I think that that's something that I will talk with the refs about tonight.
We'll find out.
Not right now.
No.
We've got jam number
when in
19
doubt, leave it
coming
out.
off. Exactly. And we have Namur's Gillis at the front pushing through with number 42.
Ninon was changed into Ninon, but that's not true.
Not,
it is Gillis. Yeah,
I'm looking at Gillis.
I know, and Chainsaw. Yeah, no,
and
fair enough.
Chainsaw at the back. Chainsaw is now going in for a star pass / star stash. It looks like we're doing some blocking to try and get through that
blocking
wall.
How novel.
It looks like
what
the
a great
jammer
idea.
Blocking, yes. But at the same time, Gillis is then there for
doing the rounds.
Able to
doing a great
another, another scoring pass because, of course, Namur is doing a really good job of keeping everybody else occupied on the track and not letting anybody have any time to play offense for their own jammer. That being said, the jammer is now out. Auver'Niaks jammer is coming in the back of the pack. Since Gillis was able to score a few points, they decided to call it off, make that a 7-0 jam.
Yeah, and then no points then in that last jam scored by Auver'Niaks. I'm kind of looking at what's going on there. And now we can talk about quite a difference and good announcer math. It's really a 40-point difference. That's going to be maybe a bit more difficult. Yeah, it's going to be a bit more difficult.
That's nice when it always works out like that.
Yeah, I know. It's called announcer math.
The only math we can do.
I don't know. Is that our motto? Announcer math, the easy stuff, yeah. Especially when you have like 10 games in a day kind of thing. Okay, we're going to take a small official break to dot some I's and cross some T's. Make sure that the score is all above board. Working on them computers.
And that's true. Now, see, we had a nice round number, but remember when I said that it was 7-0? And that's because those 3 points that I looked at on the fingers didn't get added to the scoreboard.
You good, lady. You
Not
good.
bad, see, because I like to look at my jam refs. I trust them implicitly.
Or 72.
72, comme on dit en Belgique.
En Belgique, oui. 72.
Sinon, 72.
72. The first time I heard
Mais ne
someone...
vous inquiétez pas, on dit 80, comme tous les francophones.
Oui.
Et puis 90 après.
Non, mais il y a 80. En Suisse,
en
tu
Suisse,
te trompes.
c'est octante.
Ça fait 2 fois qu'on se trompe sur la
Octante.
Suisse. Il faut arrêter de dire des conneries.
70,
Mais c'est pas
octante.
partout. Ça dépend des cantons. Et ça, c'est compliqué et on n'en parle pas.
À Genève, c'est octante. Moi, je peux te dire, parce que
Mais il y a
j'y
8 ans,
habitais,
il y a
je
8
suis
ans,
allée
t'es
à
octante.
l'école là-bas,
OK. Ah oui, c'est
au
vrai.
lycée.
Toi, t'as tout fait.
J'ai eu une vie, hein, je suis vieille. C'est comme ça.
Non,
Hein.
t'es beaucoup... c'est moi la vieille... C'est moi la vieille... Ah, au Québec, on dit la vieille Switch. C'est moi la vieille
Switch.
Demande-moi pas pourquoi on dit ça. J'ai aucune idée. J'ai carrément aucune idée. C'est moi la vieille.
On est toujours en train de meubler un peu parce que là, on a un official timeout. Un official timeout, c'est un temps mort pour que les officiels puissent s'organiser. Aujourd'hui, ils s'organisent par rapport au score et scoreboard. C'est pas facile. Nous avons beaucoup de bénévoles qui travaillent dans la salle, y compris des officiels non patinant. C'est un officiel qui est comme un arbitre.
Qui est très bon avec les statistiques d'habitude et
Quelqu'un-
s'assurer que les règles sont suivies de très près. On a beaucoup de gens aussi, on a beaucoup de photographes, on a des gens qui viennent d'ailleurs pour prendre des photos. Les photos, c'est toujours fascinant. On a bien sûr
On a des
les
célèbres
SAMU.
photographes dans la
SAMU,
salle, hein.
comment vous appelez ça ici, non?
Ah oui, on a des SAMU, des
para-
EHBO.
Voilà, des EHBO, ouais, ça c'est très néerlandais aussi, c'est bien.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Mais ça prend énormément de gens pour faire un truc et le derby a toujours besoin d'énormément de gens pour faire fonctionner
Et étant
un
quelqu'un
week-end au
qui
complet.
était blessé pendant un match,
Oh,
je
mon
peux vous
Dieu.
dire
On les aime.
avoir, les paramédics
Ouais, je
et les
comprends. On touche
ambulanciers
du
là
bois.
dans la salle, wow,
On touche du
c'est
bois.
très bien. Ouais.
Let's get back. I'm going to take this one. I've got Tamer online with Ninon, which we've seen quite a bit today. I'm hearing a whole lot of whistling going on, which means that some people are going to the box. That's going to be Namur's pivot. And in the meantime, Tamer picks up the lead, as they do. And we're going to try and regroup and go, okay, what's going on over there? Look at that. We've got one of each team, both pivots. Oh, God. We've got 3 against 3, so a thinned out pack. And by the time I've told you anything, Nino made sure there's a call-off, because that's what they do. But then again, yeah, it's true. Auver'Niaks had the
They
lead.
were also able to score a couple points.
Yeah, I know.
on that.
I'm
They were
looking at that.
Sneaky, snuck them in.
2 points there we got. No points for Auver'Niaks. That's too bad. We got 2 more.
That's skill. Wow, that's not very easy.
And we have another official timeout, but it's usually for just smaller things. That's good news. The flow is good today. I really like that. Look at that. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to the end of this first period. It's going by really fast. Namur very much way up in front. I know the easy math would be to just double the score to give you an idea, but I have a feeling, I'm really hoping Auver'Niaks will come up with a different strategy, a new way to deal with the jammers, and also the blockers not being surrounded by a sea of red, which has been happening quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Namur is really good at doing offense while doing defense, which can be very disruptive if you're a team that's used to having things go kind of
Their way,
offense,
your way.
then
Yes,
defense,
exactly.
then offense, and so you have a rhythm,
I
and
feel
then
you.
it's disrupting that rhythm. So
Yeah.
that might be what's going on, and maybe at halftime they'll be able to decide what they're going to do, or just kind of get used to the fact that they're not going to be comfortable. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
But you can tell me, I'm going to guess, and I shouldn't do that, but since we're not on, that these 2 teams don't play each other very often.
Oh, no.
No, because Clermont-Ferrand is all the way down in the south of France.
Yeah, it's quite far.
I can tell you about my vacation last year because I was not
Did you
quite.
go to Clermont-Ferrand?
I got better than that. I went to Valence for the tournament, and then I went all the way down to Menton on the French, on the Côte d'Azur.
Côte d'Azur is
So
nice,
it's funny.
yeah.
I went down there. A friend joined by car, and another friend by plane, and I was there by train. And we hung out, and we just ate,
Plain streets,
drank rosé for 5 days, and sat on the beach.
Batsmash is back on the track as a jammer again. No, but I mean, I want to note this because I said that Batsmash would not be jamming, and I was wrong, and you were right. And I want to just, publicly recognize that. Also, Batsmash is so good. Look, they've gotten lead again. No, maybe not, but maybe they're recording, and maybe we get to.
If they
listen
record
to
us
ourselves
talking,
later.
that's bad news. Because
No, it's actually not. We've been very good.
you think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we have.
Uh-oh. I don't know. I haven't
1
been good.
point. Yes, you have. Actually, we haven't said anything bad except for that one time that I said the P word.
1 point, speaking of P words,
A
1 point. No, I have to laugh because in my running club, you're not allowed to say the word point or point. You have to use your elbow. So that's actually, there's an inside joke for myself
fun.
there.
That's a
yeah,
real
it's
P
weird.
word.
That's a real P word, yeah.
Ooh, Pussy is already putting up their hand for the 5 seconds, so we better get ready. Here goes Gillis.
Oh, nice
Gillis
blocking by
pushing
Auver'Niaks.
through.
Yeah,
I do
nice
believe
blocking.
That, at
That's
some
28 Jenny
point-
Jacket doing a
they're
great
gonna
job.
get through, and
Yep.
we're also, I'm a little surprised at some of the things that I've seen there, but it's not my job to comment on it.
Star
so I
pass,
won't.
star
But
pass
those
going
that are
on.
watching, you know what I'm talking
505.
about. 505's taking this
Z,
shot.
Z. Oh, look, 27 hands in the air, like you just don't care, but they do care. 4
They
points.
do care. Very much.
Everyone who puts their hands in the air does care, and it's a stupid expression, and I say we retire it. That's my old grumpy lady saying that.
Now we just put our hands up because they're playing our
Baby
song.
hands up.
No,
yeah.
because they're playing our song.
'Cause
And
they're
the
playing our song.
butterflies fly away.
Yeah, I know. I'm a DJ, and I put my hands up too. Well,
Yeah.
if I'm not using them.
It's
sure, why not?
apparently the Gen X
Where
way
else
to
are you going to put
dance.
them? It is.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how that works. We wrote the book on Gen X. That's where it comes from. Oh,
Jam
nice
number
start.
23.
Tamer through the
Tamer.
middle. I'm going to pick this
Straight
one
up
up.
the
It
middle.
got
Yeah,
1 point.
there you go.
Oh, yeah, they know what they're doing. But we've got both jammers out, so we're going to have a bit of a jam race. I'm going to pick up the pace too. I'm saying Nino about a quarter of a track back. Tamer coming in through the middle. Oh, just calls it off, and then
Maybe
is that going to pay off? 2 points.
2.
I got all excited.
Yeah,
That
2
was really
points.
quick. Yeah, from our angle, of course, we couldn't see. I just saw that they were going through the middle, but they didn't get out of the pack. They just hit it and quit it, and that was a good call.
It's a strategy, to try and do the. And like I said before, what I really like is to try and do that surgically. You get in, you get a point or two, you call it, because anytime you
puts
can
off
have
to everyone else. Yeah,
you can have the other team have 0 points, even if you only have 1, and you do that several jams in a row. Well, you're winning.
We're running down the period clock. I'm only going to say it that way. I'm not going to jinx anything else. Great work there, as
Pulp,
usual by Pulp. Yeah,
jammer.
number 89. So is that the first time?
That's the first time that they have
jam?
been lined up
See?
as jammer.
Ah, okay, because you know them details. I get you that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
occasional
number
jammer.
11, Atomic Unicorn, star stashed their way through. I don't know if you saw that, but we had a beautiful little sideways line, straightaway jump on toe stops done by Pulp. Really an excellent player, wonderful skills, and they were able in that way to steal 3 points from their opponents.
That's perfect. That is
really
actually, but that's a good roller derby. Namur Roller Derby A, Auver'Niaks happening right now. We're going to take a break and we'll come back to you when we actually can.
Welcome back. We are now at our second half of the first game of the 5th skate-around tournament in Namur, Belgium, hosted by the Namur Roller Derby League. How did you like all of those numbers? Right now the score is 82 to 32. I'm surprised I remembered
50
everything.
points. You surprised, really? We had time to think about it.
Yeah,
Do you want to tell us who's playing? Because we didn't have a chance to tell you. Oh, by the way, Dark Pistol, Nasty Moves. Hi, we'll be here quite a bit today because we're a little bit understaffed, but who isn't in Europe at the moment? How about you
we
tell
love
me?
to talk and we love to be
we
on
love
camera,
to talk. I like
so.
listening to you.
I like listening to you.
There we go.
Let's go ahead and read our rosters.
National Compliment Day was yesterday, but here we go.
Well, we celebrate in our own ways, right?
I like you.
Let's
There you
go ahead and read the rosters for our two teams. I'll start with the red team, which is Namur Roller Derby, the Namur Roller Derby A team, their travel team. We've got 0-3 Knappy, the captain, 1-2 Ninon, 1-2-7 Sailor Mean, 1-3 Chaton, 1-9-5-7 Bat Smash, 2-4 Aline, 2-7 Gillis, 3-9-3 Grumpy and Up, 3-9-4C, 4040 Pimus, 537 L'Enroule, 666 Pepe, 89 Pulp or Pulp, 9 Jackie, and 937 Tinker.
Some great names there for Namur. And then for the Auver'Niaks side of things, Auver'Niaks from Clermont-Ferrand in France, where it's actually warm and fun and stuff. We have 11 Atomic Unicorn, 1312 PU, 227 Zonzon, 28 Jenny Jackets, 3615 Tamer, 42 Chainsaw, 505 Z, 54 La Galette, 75 Crash Q, 716 Super Nana, 843 Gabiscotto, and last but not least 963 Towanda.
Towanda. Latu. Oh, you don't remember?
We're going to go with that again.
Yeah, from Willow.
I don't
Towanda from Willow.
Oh my! Oh, that's a deep cut there.
Yeah, there we go.
I was almost in Wakanda, and I thought, no, that's not making any sense in my head.
And I'm
Thank
pretty
you so
sure
much for that.
that
There
number
we go.
963 doesn't know that reference for their name. It's probably another
Wow!
reason.
Hey, we're starting with some really bold assumptions here, but you came to the right place.
I'm going to check with them after. I'll ask.
We do that. So at the moment, we're waiting to line up. Now, I'd like to repeat this. Now I get a chance to say it live, is that Namur, very strong in this game. Auver'Niaks has a chance now to maybe turn this around, to get more points, to get more up in Namur's business, because it's been quite difficult. Like and also said they have probably not played each other very often, so this is a lot of fun for everyone involved.
At the beginning of the first half, we did have them coming up to a little bit less of a differential. The jam has now started to kick off this first half. We've got Tamer, number 3615, pushing their way through the front, knocking one of the Namur skaters down as Gillis, number 11, is behind, trying to fight their way through. Tamer is not lead. They had a no pass, no penalty. Therefore, the lead is still open. Knowing that, Gillis is therefore fighting their way through the front of the pack as Tamer is already coming back in for a scoring pass. We do not have a lead jammer at this point. Gillis needs to make it out of the engagement zone in order to be called lead, which is indeed what has happened. So because Gillis is now lead jammer, they can call off the jam. Tamer is still going through the pack, scoring every single point. Gillis is probably going to try and score some points of their own before they call it. Let's see what happens. They do make it through. They have scored all 4 points, and they call off the jam before Tamer makes it back for another scoring pass. A nice little 4-4 jam, or as they say in my team, 0-0.
Even Steven, it's called in North America.
We just call it 0-0 because...
Yeah, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Zero-sum game's a terrible word to use, so we're not going to do that.
We're not going to say that.
No, of course not. But, I will because I'm nasty moves. And 50-point difference. That's a whole lot of skating for no points. Yeah, I know how that feels on the track. We're gonna kick this one off now. We've got Atomic Unicorn, number 11 for Auver'Niaks, the jam. But it is Nino in front. That's number 12 from Namur. With the lead, been doing a great job too as far. That's I gave one blocker down for Namur. Not going to stop. Look, no resistance at all. 4 more points on the board. That's some great work. Namur is very, very solid. This is a lot of fun for them today. And that was tippy toes and through the tulips with a stash, which paid off, but then that's maybe because people are busy doing something else. We've got another blocker down for Namur. Now, Namur is thinning out. They're not too worried about it. But then Auver'Niaks has the chance to do something. The pack's going a little bit fast. They've got time to do that. And now we're stuck in traffic there. Atomic Unicorn trying to get through, has 2 blockers to contend with. Nino just doing the rounds. And when they do the rounds like that, you get a breeze. You get a breeze off of it.
Yeah, you actually feel it when they go by.
I'm serious. Yeah, I know. I make jokes, but sometimes I mean it. And Namur also, importantly enough, going towards that 100 mark. It's going to come fast enough. In roller derby, everything's pretty fast. Everyone back on track now. But as I say that, we've got another direction of gameplay penalty for one of the blockers. It's going to be yellow blocker this time. Nino, don't care. Nino, keep going for more points.
4 scoring pass for Nino.
And we're over the top. We're over that 100. Man, that's a lot of penalties. What's going on? We got a pivot in the box too now. This is a lot of penalties in one shot.
And a lot of scoring passes. Nino going through for their 5th scoring pass. We still have Atomic Unicorn, who is fighting their way through the back on their 1st scoring pass, if I am not incorrect.
I believe so. 4 more.
They finally did get 4 points.
You're
as
absolutely
Nino
right.
comes in for their 6th scoring pass now. This is incredibly rare to have this many scoring passes in a jam.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen.
No jammer penalties.
No jammer penalties, but a lot of other types of penalties. Team timeout, Auver'Niaks, we're going to kind of like have a little reset there for them. And as you pointed out, Auver'Niaks were at 36. They made it to 40. And Namur was at 86, and now they've made it to 108. That's the only math I'm going to do for you, because I remember things that happened, and how much that is, you can. I have an accountant for these things, so someone else can take care of it.
26 points in the first 2 jams. That's a lot.
You say so.
It is. It is. It's 26 points in the first 2 jams.
By the way, later on today, we got more derby coming up. What a surprise. And we're going to see some skating from Vienna Roller Derby, who have been at this tournament twice. This will be their 2nd time. And also Roller Derby Madrid, which will also have been here for twice as well. So that's pretty interesting. They've got a history together, so I'm looking forward to watching that as well. I saw the players coming in, and everyone's really up in the mood for it. It's going to be great.
Not only that, I think it's a really good sign for the skate-around tournament. This being the 5th iteration, it shows that they put on a really good tournament that makes teams want to come back.
I love coming here, and I've got some stories. I don't need to save them all up, right? I've got stories about the tournament.
We have 2 days.
I was here. We've got 2 days, honey. Yeah, I was here in 2017 for the first one, but you know what? I'll keep that let's get back on track.
Jam number 3, we have Bat Smash and Chainsaw going up against each other. Bat Smash pushing their way through the Auver'Niaks wall as Chainsaw also tries to follow them. We have a bit of the two walls being matched up together. Let's see who can keep their composure and maintain their wall while the two jammers try and take advantage of that chaos. Still no lead. We've gotten through to the first turn. Bat Smash is now finally lead out of that first turn. So good for them. We're still on the initial pass for number 42, Chainsaw. We have some good offense being played by Pulp, getting Bat Smash through. That's always nice to see as they are best friends. Always nice to see a best friend playing offense for their best friend. Chainsaw is coming around for a scoring pass. Pulp looks at their bench, makes sure that there is nobody in the box, and then calls it off. That is a 4-0 jam for Namur.
Yeah, that's good news. Auver'Niaks, though, still trailing. They're going to have to see how they can get in there. And the goal now, when you're behind, you know you've got a strong team in front of you. You concentrate on your own goals. That's something I could say for everyone in their real lives as well. But you need to concentrate on what can you achieve during this game, besides learning about each other, besides working with new players or whatnot.
There goes Gillis out for the lead.
But there you go. That's Namur in front.
Well, but they have
They're
both
great.
teams have decided to line up their most successful jammers
You're
against
absolutely
each
right.
other.
Yep.
And that's something that I find to be very interesting is the strategy that both benches use. They observe, they find out what's going to work best. And it's working out for Namur right now. 4-0 jam on that jam as Gillis got lead and has gotten themselves more and more points for their particular team. It looks like that differential is starting to climb a bit, 116 to 40.
Speaking of which, we're having a look at everything, and for Namur, we're going to see Ninon, number 12, lined up a lot, Gillis, number 27, Pepe, number 666, a lot. And on the side of Auver'Niaks team, the yellow team, Atomic Unicorn, 11, but especially, as you said, Tamer, number 3615, and Chainsaw, number 42. Those are the jammer rotations on both sides. And from what we can see, we've got a horse race. We got a red in the front, yellow. Oh,
they called it
We can say oh at that point, yeah.
Yeah,
but I love
because we like
race.
to watch it. We like to watch them race each other and see who's going to make it out the first.
I love using my auctioneer's voice to go and do that. Would you like to do that one day, auctioneer? I wouldn't want to auction off
I don't
dirt
think
place.
so.
No, it's not for you. Okay, yeah.
It's not for me. It's not for
How
me.
about,
I don't think
I'm going to throw this online. How about announcing poker? You ever tried that?
That sounds boring as hell. I'll stick to announcing Derby. I could do American football.
Canadian
or
football.
rugby.
Surprise, Canadian football.
Canadian football is great, actually.
It's my university that invented the Canadian and American football, but that's another story.
Right now we have L'Enroule, who is jamming for the first time for
Straight up, number
Namur,
537,
but
indeed.
Unfortunately, they are in the box.
Chainsaw
And,
has the leads.
Yeah, Chainsaw is now lead jammer, number 42 for Auver'Niaks. We're going to see how much of this power jam they're able to take advantage of. We have, therefore, Namur playing full defense, but unfortunately, Chainsaw, when coming in to try and make the most of that power jam, has gotten a penalty and is going to the box. That means that it is now a power jam for number 537 L'Enroule for as long as they were in the box. They will get to be able to mark points during that time. Now, they did kind of slide out at the front, but when they fell, it was judged to not be
It's out of the engagement zone.
It was judged to not actually be the fault of the actual person who hit them.
They did it really
That's not the
carefully.
reason. They did it carefully.
Yeah,
And so
they looked at the ref like, am I okay? Am I
they
okay?
were able to come back in. They made and they marked all of the points, and that's how I
All of the
actually know
points.
that. Yeah, they were legally given that point. It was not a no pass, no penalty. We have number 03 who is going to the box for Namur, Knappy, and unfortunately L'Enroule with that jammer cover in their hand going to the box as well. So we have another 30 seconds for number 42 Chainsaw to profit from, to be able to score some more points, to reduce the differential between the Auver'Niaks and Namur.
2 more points. That's good news. They could score in a few seconds.
If
42.
I'm looking at a number 843 who is trying to catch a goat in the back, which is actually quite
Old
a nice
school.
strategy.
I like that. Yeah, that's good.
It's actually a wonderful power jam strategy because then you can create the pack back there and let your jammer get out in the front. So
no one likes to be goated, though. It's terrible.
It used to be an old school strategy, and
it works
now come back. It's something
really
that's actually
that's good.
Yeah, but it's more of a way of like
controlling
with
the pack.
Yeah,
it's control. You can control the pack
so
that
making
way.
sure
Obviously,
that you're paying attention to that.
Fingers in the air. We see 2 more points there for Auver'Niaks, moving up to 48 points, and 2 more than for Namur. And we do have a official timeout, so we're fixing the track too. We got those are also volunteers, people just making sure that the rope under the track is taped up properly, because believe you me, you don't want to ride over that thing. That hurts like you wouldn't believe, and it's part of the rules, so we need that as a delimitation. It's not obligatory, but it is also in the rules.
It is in the rules that there has to be...
in the first part, you have a certain height.
Has to be a raised portion. I don't know if you know, I think I told you this before,
from
where
1.
that comes from. That comes from back in the day with the Texas Roller Girls.
Yeah, that was it.
And that's what they were called back in the day. Don't hate on me.
Yeah, don't hate me. When they went from a bag track to a flat track.
When they were on flat track, they were in a roller disco hall, and so they put lights around the track. And so that is the same height, actually.
As the lights, they put it into those rules,
lights is now in the rules that you have to have the rope. But before, it was just Christmas lights around the track.
Yeah.
It was quite cute and sweet. You want to talk about Tamer over there taking advantage
I want to look at
Tamer.
48, picks up the lead. Now, Tamer is the person who's going to be putting points on the board for Auver'Niaks as it goes well. But they do need help from their blockers as well. So let's see how that pans out. Out in the front, Team France for the win. Great work. See, they make it look easy, too. They're one of those players that make it look easy. But they're very surgical, to use a word that you've enjoyed using. So that's 4 more points, moving up to 52. Coming in for another scoring pass. And we've got 537. That is going to be your friend L'Enroule. Makes me think of
They're all my friends.
They're all your friends. Yeah, I know. Now, Tamer is like, I'm not doing any of that. So Namur couldn't score any points. I mean, that's just the level of what we're playing at. We don't let anybody get anything. And an extra 2 points there in that last scoring pass for Tamer. So Tamer was able to move it up to 54. And that's what they have to do now. They're going to have to just grab points and call it when they can. But, we had that one jam in the first half. There were a lot of penalties, but a lot of penalties came back.
Yeah, and
I have a feeling from what we can see, obviously, from him.
It depends. We'll have to see through each jam. We've got now jam number 8 kicking off with number 11, Atomic Unicorn, making it out for lead jammer for the Auver'Niaks as Ninon tiptoes over that straightaway line to get out for not lead. Coming around pretty fast. We've got 505 playing some pretty good, doing some goading again. It works out so that Atomic is able to get some points, but I think they may have also given some points to Namur, making that what we call another tied jam.
Well, the Auver'Niaks bench, from what we can see here, is also a very happy, colorful bench. They're just trying to play their own game, which is a cliche, but it's a good cliche. It means that it's a sound cliche, and they need to just keep moving up with any kind of points that they have. Namur, of course, always a favorite this tournament, but also it's one of their tournaments. It doesn't necessarily mean the world, but they are keeping it solid, and that's what we know from Namur when we've watched them over the years. At least that's it for me. Number 27 has the lead. That's our friend Gillis. They're all our friends.
They're all our friends.
They're all our friends, and they are moving. They're just making room for themselves, and that's the way to do it. Another scoring pass.
Gillis has been
first scoring pass.
super
for 4,
successful today, and if
yes,
we look there at the
absolutely.
front, actually. 2 very good blockers from Namur. You've got Pulp and Knappy. Knappy is guiding that wall, and Pulp is the muscle behind it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I was just the butt. That about you.
That's a very good position. Yeah, we need lots of behinds in the wall.
Yeah, you can learn to do everything roller derby. It is a sport for pretty much everyone. It doesn't matter who you are and what you look like. It's a lot of fun. That's why we love being here and announcing. No points scored there for Chainsaw. Yeah, that didn't pan out so well. And, okay, that was a very loud duck.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
that was chainsaw. I said that it was
That was
Atomic
chainsaw. I was-
Unicorn, but now I'm looking at the number
No.
42. Of
11
course.
is Atomic
11
Unicorn,
is
but no
Atomic
worries.
Unicorn.
11, you're the one watching that. Atomic Unicorn and Ninon are very put together, often on the same rotation, but we don't know. We have a strange angle. We have Bat Smash jamming again, I believe, for the second time, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that Smash
And
is being
from
put
Tamer.
in a normal rotation now because unfortunately Pepe did seem to be. I don't know if they're injured. I don't know if they're just tired. I don't know, but I know that they're not playing anymore in this particular game for whatever reason.
So we've
Let's
changed
just hope
we've
that they
changed
just
it up,
need to-
and that's what the bench knows how to do.
Yes,
Star
exactly.
Stash, though, in the meantime, though, for is that Tinker? No, that's not Tinker. That's Bat Smash. I'm
that's
sorry.
Bat
Yeah,
Smash,
there we go.
and you have Chaton at the front who is playing pivot, who is trying to both play offense and potentially get the start, which is exactly what happened. We have a star
Very
pass
potentially.
as number 3615 Tamer comes through. I was wondering whether Tamer was going to run it
But you work.
Chaton or not.
That was a
So-
good call, and you work really hard to finally get that. And as soon as you put it on, that jam's called off. It's always a very
Well, that's what you want as
not
a
so
pivot.
much fun. Yeah, of course.
As a
It's-
pivot, you would rather they call it.
Really?
I know
I've always
as a
wanted to
pivot,
go through once.
Oh, no. As
Really?
a pivot, I
Okay.
just want
I
that. I want
differ.
to go as fast as possible, and I want the other jammer to call it. A lot of
They
times,
should call
what
it.
they will do, no, sometimes they'll run it on you, and if they run
They
it on
ran
you,
it on me all the time, and I wasn't
Yeah.
a big fan.
I hated it. I don't
fair
like
enough.
it, but you know.
Fair enough. But you know what? When that happened the first time in my life, I scored my very first
need.
points. So yeah.
Yeah.
But these are the people we want to be looking at. That's one blocker down.
Oh, no.
And it's not
Atomic is
blocker.
going-
No, it's a power jam for
Going
Namur.
to the box, yeah.
Yeah, we were trying to explain the whole situation. Not worth it. But
Exactly.
Power jam team red.
Yep, so that means that the Auver'Niaks will be doing full defense. They are trying to get themselves together, make sure that they're well organized before the opposing jammer comes into the wall. So you can see them at the front, number 843, guiding that wall, making sure that they are looking at the jammer, keeping the jammer contained.
It's a citadel.
Yeah, and Citadel is their name. Oh, that's a great name, La Citadel.
Well, Citadel de Namur is not far from where we are. Just if you want to do some sightseeing and some roller derby.
Ninon does get through, even though Gabi Scotto was really putting a lot of power into keeping them back and doing a lot of work by themselves as well. But I'd like to see them, doing more to keep their team together. We've got Namur doing full offense, taking the risk to try and get Ninon a few more points before the other jammer gets
Well done
through.
on the inside. Look at that. That was
Good job.
actually that's excellent. And that you should be happy with that. That was serious. Namur very much out in front with less than 15 minutes to go here in the second half. So it's looking very good on the red side of things. 141, 141 points pour Namur à l'instant. Auver'Niaks, 60 points, 60 points pour l'instant pour l'équipe en jaune Auver'Niaks.
Et puis on a Pussy qui nous donne les 5 secondes et il y a le lancement du jam numéro 12 avec Gillis qui est un des jammereuses les plus réussies du match pour Namur.
Les plus occupés aujourd'hui.
Et puis le numéro 42, Chainsaw, qui est en fait vraiment un Chainsaw qui est en train d'essayer de couper à travers le pack devant. Mais nous avons quand même Tinker et numéro 24 qui essaye de le taper sans succès. Nous avons Gillis qui est bien retenu derrière par les Auver'Niaks.
L'équipe jaune.
Quand même le
C'est
numéro
l'équipe jaune.
13-12. Piou
Piou fini.
bien chiant.
Mais
Quand
c'est
il
bien.
s'agit du numéro 27. Oh, désolé
Gillis,
pour
non, mais
les
Gillis
bruits, hein.
a arrêté. Non, ça va. Gillis a arrêté le jam. Et puis, on n'a pas de points pour ce dernier passage marquant du côté des jaunes, mais du côté de l'équipe rouge, Namur, on a 2 points de plus. Et je pense qu'on vient de vous parler en français. We have 2 French teams on the track. We do realize we try and mix it up a bit. So, Americans, if you can't follow, well, you'll have to just imagine. Just watch the images. You'll be all just fine. And in the meantime, we're happy that we're live. We had a few problems this morning, but we are back onto it.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at some of the comments that you are posting right now. This is the first time that I get to look at them. So
Happy Namur fans?
It looks like everybody is very happy. Clermont-Ferrand in the house. Namur in the house.
We've got, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup to you too as well.
Yeah. And
thanks for the stream. Yeah, please go and sign up. Give a like on Derby live stream on YouTube and make Doppler effects, Reflex Day. We need more likes, always more likes on YouTube.
I believe you can also give them money.
You can always give them money.
I don't think they'll say no to your money if you want to give them money, but you definitely should subscribe. Make sure you're subscribing, not just watching, but subscribing. If you watch, subscribe.
Alors, pour les gens ici, si vous avez aussi des questions, on va faire notre possible, mais on est très occupés à l'instant, mais on apprécie beaucoup vos commentaires de partout. C'est sympathique. C'est sympathique. Vous avez un café, vous regardez la partie. We still have, again, more teams to come today and more tomorrow as well. We'll have some crazy stuff going on with some extra teams from different parts of Belgium and France. I'm looking forward to that too as well.
Yeah, from Belgium and France and Spain and Austria.
Austria. That's today. That's today, though.
A huge international tournament.
It's going to be great.
Skate around 5th edition in Namur, Belgium. This is the first time, it's been a long time, actually, since Namur has been able to play
in Namur.
We've been in Plomco. We have been in
Floref. Floref is where we started this whole thing, but it's, everyone was reminding me of this today. We're going to remind, it's a big deal. I know coming from Amsterdam, where we could never do anything.
From the center of town. It's great.
I know, we're walking distance from where I'm staying. I'm going to say this online. Where I'm staying, there's a bar in front that has axe throwing.
Oh, axe throwing.
How cool is that?
That
okay,
sounds like something Derby skaters would like. We have Ninon and Tamer lined up once again. Okay, so now we've changed the lineup a bit. So instead of having Gillis against Tamer, we have Ninon against Tamer. And that may be a strategy that Namur is using because they might want to put a bit of a stronger wall up against Tamer. It seems to be working a bit. Ninon is caught at the back, and Tamer does get out for lead jammer. Ninon is able to star stash their way through the pack and get out. Number 843 is trying to bring the rest of their team together to be able to set up a defense, doing a really good job at putting their butt out and catching Ninon. We'll see if Ninon made any points. We know that Tamer got 2, and it looks like Ninon got 1. So that is a 2-1 jam for the Auver'Niaks.
So a tighter jam too, so they're looking at each other, they're trying to match things up, they're trying to make a difference between the two. And they've got about 12 minutes and change to do so. So that's going to set the tone for the rest of the weekend.
This game has gone so quickly. Yeah, but it does look like we have kind of a 50-50 between these two teams. So when I say 50-50, that means that it's about 62 to 144. So it's about 2 points to 1 right now. And it looks like we've decided to bring out the big guns and put Pulp in as a jammer. I say that because Pulp can do everything. That being said, at the back, we still have Grumpy, we have Jackie, and we have Chaton, really giving Atomic Unicorn a hard time by holding together a 3-wall that is perfectly moving laterally. Unfortunately, something happened on the floor that made Chaton fall down. Nobody hit them. But it doesn't matter because Grumpy is able to pull back the jammer and recycle them. At the same time, we've got Pulp fighting through the front. Now, all of that action happened before anyone had made their first initial pass. That means that Atomic getting out first is the lead jammer, and Pulp finally getting out behind them. Yes,
yeah, that took a while, actually.
I'm surprised we made it halfway around the track before there was any lead. And Pulp is actually able to make it through for a scoring pass before Atomic realizes what happened. So therefore, Atomic is going to have to consider whether they try and get more points before they call it off. It looks like they've decided enough's enough. They're going to call it off. Yeah,
fair enough, though. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. He said sometimes you just want to run it long, although we were talking about star passes, and this time they just tried to run that a little bit long. And, it would be nice to see Auver'Niaks get up somewhere to the 100 mark in this game. I think that would be a really nice just as much as they can for the moment. But
well, that was a 4-3 jam, so that's nothing to laugh at. That's still,
no, not at all.
That still means that the Auver'Niaks are fighting for every single point.
And Gillis is online with Chainsaw. Chainsaw in the front has all the blockers all over them like a honeybee. But Gillis is like, yeah, I'm not doing this, and goes through the middle and has a great time.
I
In
love
the
it when
meantime-
jammers go through the middle.
Yeah, you're funny. That's where the fun is. And then, wow, look at that. 42, yeah. Chainsaw had no problem, though, with the stash. Is going to have to put it on, and we can see what's going on. But we've got a bit of a horse. We've got a horse.
Get some points. Oh, no.
Gillis tells off. Yeah, we just love that. I mean, it doesn't happen very often. Actually, fair enough. You know, it's men's roller derby that run it longer sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
There's for whatever reason. Yeah, they do, right? Yeah, I don't. You're going to confirm that. I can't really say
They
why.
also don't have a lot of bench crew in men's roller derby. Sometimes
Fair
there's
enough.
nobody to tell them to
Oh
call
my
it
God.
off.
Oh my God. I never
poor
thought about
things.
that.
Yeah.
Poor things. No points scored on either of those last scoring passes.
No, that was a 4-0 jam for Namur.
That's what that was. In fact,
what that
in
was.
the end, yeah, in the end, we got some points. We're gonna line up all tossed, all stuck together. Oh, and you know, just on the outside makes it look easy too as well. That was a quick lead. Tamer also getting in there as well. So let's have a good look at how we're going. Again, we're gonna try and get in. The pack is pretty tight here in front.
We're
We're
still
still
mixing it up.
Yeah, but everyone's going through the middle. The middle seems to be the inside line seems to be more often than not a freeway or a motorway, depending on which part of the world
Always
you come
easier
from.
to get through on the
C'est
inside than the
l'autoroute.
outside. Yeah. But I have to say, one of the things I really like is seeing those two packs that are always together instead of having them split up with the jammer at the front.
It means they know what
jammer
they're
at the
doing.
back. Yeah,
It means that they're
keeps them
busy with
together.
each other. It means that they know what they're going on. When it's all spread out, you know something's going to go wrong.
But we've got a team timeout by Namur, which I think is probably a good idea. I'm looking at the stats here, and Namur has been getting a lot more leads.
And your writing's been getting crazier.
My writing has always been crazy.
So, yeah,
Let's
Namur
not
more
pretend
leads.
like it was legible at all
Namur
at
more
any
leads,
point. But
clearly,
yeah,
yeah.
Namur has had way more leads in the second half than they in the first half. It was a little more equal. We did have a lot more Auver'Niaks leads than right now. It looks like Auver'Niaks has not been able to kind of figure out what they want to do in the second half. Now, are they going to take advantage of this timeout on the Auver'Niaks side and try and come back up for the second half of the second half?
The second half. We have medics here. We'd like to thank the members of La Croix-Rouge, or as you know, as the Red Cross, who are on hand this weekend to provide first aid if necessary. We really hope that they only drink tea and have a good time, and that's the way it should say. We'd also like to say many thanks for all the officials who've applied for this edition. There was a lot of them, officials, so that's the NSOs and refs as well. And Namur is really, really happy because they say the number of applications this year has exploded and hit Namur right in the heart, but that's actually a good thing.
That sounds like a translation directly from
Yes, it is. I
French.
know you're staring at me, two translators looking at that. But you know, it doesn't matter. It conveys the message. It's
I
beautiful.
like it. Yeah, it could have said
Doesn't matter.
kicked them right in the heart. We
But
still
I'm not
get
doing
what
it.
they mean.
That still sounds not good. No kicking, no balls.
Hello, Bat Smash coming out very quickly in the front. Number 1957 getting lead, while we have Atomic Unicorn who is trying to push their way through Pulp. Again, Pulp, who can do everything, still able to make sure that they are blocking that jammer and then go back for a particular assist with their jersey to get Bat Smash out and score even more points. That's a 4-0 jam, folks.
Yeah, that's but we've seen a lot of that hitting and quitting it at the moment. So that's that's to the advantage of Namur. But then, you know, if we keep out of the box, especially the jammers, then we're not going to run really long jams. We all love watching really long jams. We did have one with 4 scoring passes.
Yes, we
of
did.
course, in the second. And for now, we're just looking at really short ones.
I really
changing it
love the comment over here.
Tell me.
Nyak, nyak for the Auver'Niaks.
Nyak, nyak, nyak.
Yeah, that's great. Okay.
I know of a song that goes with that, but
It made me
we're going
think of
downhill.
the Three Stooges, but I don't think anybody knows what I'm talking about. We've got Gillis coming out at the front for Namur with number 42, Chainsaw for the Auver'Niaks team. Gillis gets out again. They're typically quite good. Their stats are great in terms of lead percentage. And so we see our offense setting up. It looks like Knappy has been able to score a point for their jammer, while 9-3-4 Tinker is able to make sure that the opposing jammer gets hit out on their backside. That gives another opportunity for our lead jammer, Gillis, to come out
There's
from the
good
front.
takeout. Someone
And
ordered takeout there. Look
Yeah.
at that. They were
Knappy
holding that
takes
9.
out, Tinker takes out. Yep, they're
I had to
here
say
for
that.
delivery if you need them.
Oh, you're good. You're good. But we're going to keep backing up
They're
here.
delivering points to their jammer by making sure that the opposing jammer stays in there.
Well, the Auver'Niaks are giving Gillis a hard time, though. That's different. But like we have now more spread out pack too. This is interesting. We're going to pick up some penalties. That's going to be destroy. Oh, that's going to be pivot to the box.
Pivot going to the box, which is not something you like to see if you're a jammer struggling through a wall who keeps hitting you.
Fair point.
To the outside of the line.
Look at, you can see now.
It looks like each of them got a takeout. So we got Aline, Tinker, Knappy, Chaton. Everybody got to take out some jammer today.
And I could just see their chainsaw going back to the box with a, wow, that was tough. And that did look tough, but that meant that both sets of blockers were doing a great job. Namur at 168 for the moment, and Auver'Niaks at 69.
So we are
in the
almost
points
at a
business,
100 point difference.
Yeah, that's
it's
going to make
99 points.
That's big.
Just so you know.
Yeah, thank you.
That's math I can do.
There you go.
Nino makes it out the front again for lead jammer. They really are racking
They really
up
go fast. They go so
leads.
fast you have time to write it down. Oh, good news though for Auver'Niaks. We've got Tamaz out of the pack too as well.
And number 1040 is able to hit out an Auver'Niaks player to try and gain one more point, and it worked. They got all 4 of them, so that means that we are at another 4-0 jam.
We're doing a bunch of those now.
Yeah.
We might just do that to the end. See, we have a rhythm now. See, this is one of those things where we have a rhythm. When you're a player, you can feel that too as well. You get set up and you go, okay, it's going to go this way, and you want to change that, but then it doesn't happen.
Pulp is lined up, so you may want to talk about this because I know that I am a super fan and I will gush too much, so you should talk about
Okay,
it.
that's very clear. Pulp and Atomic Unicorn, they both sound like films from the 90s, but that's not the point. We are looking for a lead. We are halfway track. Oh, and right through the middle, our favorite place, we've got Pulp, number 89, who jammed now a few times. And we're hoping for something on the Atomic Unicorn. They've been a heavy rotation. They are stuck in traffic, though, out of Whale. But it is Pulp out of the pack for first scoring pass, picks up 4. And we have a star pass on the other side of things. PU number 1312 picking it up for Auver'Niaks. And that story, you finally get that thing on your head and you get to the pack and it's called off. Called off. All that work, no play.
Again, as somebody who
Business
plays
in the
pivot,
front, party in the back.
as someone who plays pivot from time to time, that's all I
fair
want
enough.
is for them to call it off because I don't want them to know that I can't really jam. I don't
I
want
thought
that
you did. I thought you
information.
did everything because yeah.
I used to jam at the beginning of
I know,
roller
I
derby
remember,
when
I
everybody
remember.
jams. But at that time, everybody jammed.
Yeah.
The
I
lineup
jammed-
would just give you the cover.
I jammed when we ended up with 6 players one day, but we'll keep that for another time. Bat Smash, taking a small tumble, not a big deal, is out very quickly too. Chainsaw for Auver'Niaks is getting the business from Team Red.
Giving them the business.
I love saying that.
Yeah. You have seen the video of the American football referee talking about him, giving him the business.
Yeah, but I like saying that because it sounds American, and although I am Canadian, I do like all those expressions, but at least everyone understands what I mean. There's other expressions. We've retired. Look at that stash. A lot of stash going on there from Auver'Niaks. They're just trying to get through. Chainsaw through. I'm hearing a penalty being called. We're going to have a look at the box.
That's on the
That's
red
the pivot. Every time I say that's the pivot, I shouldn't be doing that. Jam called off. 4 points for Namur. No points there for Auver'Niaks. And it's a 4-0 again.
What I really like is I saw a little bit of love being exchanged between the jammer, Bat Smash, and Genie Jacket, number 20 from the
Doing a lot of
Auver'Niaks.
blocking today.
Because
Heavy
number
lifting
20
too.
is definitely annoying Bat Smash a lot, not letting them
Yep.
get through, and I'm sure that was just a little bit of jammer to blocker love, like you're great.
Now, Jenny Gen X,
I hate
it's
you.
been a lot of fun watching number 28 too today, especially they're the one holding the tripod in the front. Speaking of tripods, we got the yellow tripod in the front giving problems or just trying to be in the way because that's your job for Nino. Nino Tamer on up. Tamer knows what to do though. Nino is out. And Tamer coming outside, also doing a stash. They're just all stashing there. That's all they're all doing.
It's a great technique. If you
It
want to
works.
get through, take the cover off of your head. No one will know who you are.
We never did that in the beginning. We started doing that later in roller derby. I'm telling you, once we write the books about the trends that came up and the loopholes that were taken care of too as well. No points scored in that last scoring pass then for l'Auver'Niaks, and we've got 4 more than for Namur, and that makes it a 4-0 jam again.
Yeah, it's another 4-0
So we
jam.
found a pattern. We found patterns.
The pattern was established in the
In a
last
while,
half,
right?
but
How
yeah,
many
it's
jams?
1, 2, 3, 4 in a row so far, and even with the star pass. But look, we're at jam number 23 now, if I'm correct. That's right. So we're
We
very
are,
close
absolutely.
to the end.
Yeah.
This is exciting. Number 11, Atomic Unicorn, finally getting lead for the Auver'Niaks, starting to put on a little bit of the rocket boosters in the back. Able to get through as number 393 Grumpy was called for an out-of-play block, but that's okay. Put in the effort. That's what's important. We now have Gillis, who has been able to pass the start to number 537. So we'll see if that's going to encourage Atomic Unicorn to call it or not. And it looks like the bench is telling Atomic Unicorn to continue to run this jam. It's the idea that maybe L'Enroule being a pivot, maybe they're not as effective as another jammer would be. However, we have seen L'Enroule actually
Do some really
be
good
a
stuff,
jammer
actually.
in this game. So that does mean that after just one extra scoring pass, Atomic Kitten does call it off. Oh, Atomic Kitten.
You
So
said it. I saw it.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Atomic
That's
Unicorn.
not. They're an Atomic
Wrong band.
Unicorn.
Yeah,
They're
I know,
not
that's
an
even
Atomic
better.
Kitten. No, there was an Atomic Kitten.
It's the band from the UK. Yeah, pass.
Yeah, no, don't
each their
like
own.
them.
Pass.
Yeah, there you
Pass.
go.
I was trying to
But
be polite.
That
188.
was an 8-4 jam, so we
100
changed
seconds.
it.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We changed that, but Auver'Niaks made some. See, this is good. They get to the end of the game. They're warmed up enough, which is maybe, and then you're used to the other. You're used to the other team.
There goes Pulp.
Okay, we got it. We got a horse race. We got number
Yep.
42,
And
number 89,
Chainsaw
89 in the back,
42.
pack in the back. Pack
Who's
in the back,
gonna-
pack in the back.
who's
Gonna
gonna
call,
come in the
call,
front?
gonna call, gonna call. Oh,
Yeah, there we go, Paul, who
didn't want to
calls it.
call for an unofficial score. Unofficial, not yet. 188 for Namur, 77 for l'Auver'Niaks. This is going to be a win for Namur. I can predict that much, but we need to only tell you that it's the truth once it is the actual game. I'd like to remind you that Game 2 coming up at 1:45 today. Game 2 will be between Vienna Roller Derby and Roller Derby Madrid. Final score, look at that, 188 Namur, the house team,
To
the home team.
77. Can you do the math?
77.
What's the difference?
111 points.
There you go. It's quite easy math, but it still requires a bit of thought.
So that's been great. I'm happy that for everyone who's joined us. On vous remercie beaucoup pour les gens aussi dans les commentaires. Tout se passe bien maintenant. Ça a été difficile au début, mais on va continuer à vous amener beaucoup de choses aujourd'hui. You'll be hearing my voice and Dark Pistol. We've got some wonderful people coming up to help out too. We have Alexia and Toxic Lady will be joining us on the mic, and we will tell you more about what's going on tomorrow. But for now, Game 2, 1:45, we will have Vienna against Madrid.
You have a great day. We're going to see you very soon. Make sure that you come see the next game. If you didn't see all of this game, go back and watch the stream. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel Derby Live Stream. Show your love, become a member, and give us money if you can. You don't have to, but it would be nice.
See you in a bit.
I'll see you very soon.